All right, hey, it's Derek Davis again, here from Eng School of Self-Defense, Team Pedro Sauer. Tonight in class we worked some guard passing, but really emphasizing using strikes to pass guard. So I just wanted to share something that we worked on tonight, a couple of options should you take somebody get down and they're striking involved and they've got you pulled into the guard. Of course, number one is protect yourself. A little bit different than without strikes, right? I still want to protect my face. He's got me in the guard, so clearly he has some semblance of what to do here. He could pull me close to try and strike or start connecting to me, right? I can get away and kind of protect myself a little bit. But since strikes are involved, when I stand up to pass, I'm gonna protect myself, drive my head to his chest. I'm gonna control the biceps. I can even pull him towards me or push him away. The key point on this one is I'm gonna kind of flare my wrists and my forearms to keep tension on hips as I push or pull. From here, I'm on active toes, kind of pinching my knees forward so I've got a little bit of hip control. I'm gonna drive forward, boom, boom. Really getting pressure on those biceps and pinching my knees. One side, my foot's gonna kind of go flat, so I can kind of favor that side, pinching his arm down and pinching my foot flat and pinching my knees. As I posture up, I can start softening him up with strikes. Heel palm strikes. As soon as he's loose, I'm pinching my knees, driving my hips forward. From here, now I can reach back into the back pocket, hook right behind the Achilles, get that shoulder right to below his knee, and from here, grab that shoulder. I'm gonna drive his knee to his face. Notice I'm driving off my toes and my hips. My back knee is gonna support his hips. I can reach around and control his hip to make it even more uncomfortable. Drive my hips in. Elbow goes right in the pocket against the net. Notice my knee will stay against his hip bone, keeping him turned away. And initially, I still keep my head down and turned away so that he doesn't start getting rabbit punches on my face before I'm ready to move to my next position. Anyway, okay, that was one option. The other option we have is really the same thing, but just kind of emphasizing the hips a little bit, and an option to use strikes to pass the guard. But also, once we start that pass, kind of use a leg drag from that same position so that we can soften them up in strikes before we go ahead and take side control. So, same thing before. Drive my head to his chest. Turn my head to one side or the other. Keep it nice and flat, get good tension. Remember, I can pull or push. So in this case, I'll pull, flaring those arms. I'm gonna keep pressure on my wrist bones as I drive forward. Boom, boom, pinning his biceps, pinching my knee, favoring one side. Again, we're gonna posture up, start softening them up with strikes. As soon as that guard breaks, I pinch my knees. From here, I'm gonna look up, drive my hips forward. Take the V-notch of my hand behind his ankle. I'm gonna pass it off. From here, I sit right on his hip and I can start laying in strikes. Then I'll scoop the head, almost like a cradle, come right into side control position. I like to control this far leg initially to keep him from turning into me. But either way, I've got his hip turned. I can block the hip, prevent him from guarding, and then I can set up the next position. Anyway, why don't we go ahead and we'll do a couple, just real quick, kind of a semi-combat speed here.